Ha! Hello. Always forget that the music does that. Hi everybody. Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Um, get back into it, as was so thoughtfully pointed out. Gaze in space. Yes, we're going to be back into Gay Space Simulator right now. We're going to see if we can't get off the very first planet without dying more. Um, knowing my luck, that's not going to happen. So, let's go ahead and load up our save and get going. Moral crises, ho. Yep. All right. Cool. Okay, so hi, Profati. Okay, so we were doing. We gotta go talk to Adelaide. Because I haven't done that yet, and it's probably a good idea.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Um, you must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
It's a special type of tea. Um, looks like you made a nice home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why did you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you've managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Okay, so I have a lot of thoughts to do on this one, like a lot of thinking to do. So it'll be a bit of a... It's going to be a bit of a challenge. So let's see what we can do. I know there's several ways to resolve this issue. Actually, can I talk to you anymore?
Anything else I can do for you?
This might sound strange, but I don't know where I am.
That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself.
That is true. Not the answer I was expecting, but you still cheered me up.
Glad I could help, dear. A sadness of the heart brings sickness upon the whole body. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever.
I'm hoping this is all a bad dream and I'm still in hibernation.
I get the sense that when you say hibernation, you are not talking about a full night's sleep. Where did you say you were from?
I didn't say. I arrived here from Earth.
I could do without the mockery. If you don't want to tell me where you're from, that's fine by me.
I just told you I'm Earth. You really don't believe me?
Oh dear, I see what's happening. You've been taking Adrenatime. That stuff will burn right through your upper story, leave you raving and babbling. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell.
Let's just talk about something else.
I'm listening.
When we first talked, you assumed I'd come to live here.
I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
And what's that?
Remains to be seen. Might be the woman that saves the veil. Might be Reed's personal gun hand.
Save the veil?
People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both.
Why are you telling me all this?
A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
Could always continue your way of life back in town.
Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that.
You and Reed obviously have some sort of history.
That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna?
Ew.
That was all me.
There's obviously more to it than that.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Um, I'm guessing Reed has his own side of that story.
I could not possibly care less if he does, but you're surely welcome to ask him.
One sec. Alright, we've talked enough. Alright, so I'll have to figure out how to deal with this situation. I don't necessarily want to ruin the gardens, and it sure seems like people are happier and healthier here. But destroy the town is not going to end well either. I've got some thinking to do. In the meantime, I'll get another concussion. Cool. Exactly what I was looking forward to. Give me one sec. Getting a little bit of a stutter, so I'm going to turn down that. And then, yes, I am the queen of getting concussed. That is... At least I'm not the queen of dying yet. Yet. Just being dizzy all the damn time and slightly out of it. Alright. Well... Got... I need to retrieve a logic module. I need to find the 3 volumes. I also need to kill... Let's do this. So I've got 1. I need 2 more people's fingers. Not too far away. There's one nearby. Still getting a stutter. Give me a sec. Turn down shadows. And I like my textures high because, you know. It's not too bad now. Probably just gonna have to deal with it. I wonder if... No, I closed everything I had. So I don't know what's... Let me check Task Manager. See if there's anything. No, just Outer Worlds eating up my memory. Which is odd, actually. Outer Worlds is eating up 96% of the memory. That's okay. Alright, well, let's go chop some fingers off. Turn down game resolution. Ugh, no, that's... The only problem is I've got kind of like a weird size monitor, so... That might work. That feels a little smoother. Oh, shot Pavati in the face. Alright, well, I know this is the bandit camp I need, but why not explore, right? See if I can't find any useful everythings here. Alright, well. Could have gone smoother, but I lived. That's all that matters, right? Um, energy cells. Oh, it's a vending machine. Let's get rid of my junk. Sell that, sell that. Actually. Alright, hi everyone. Had an issue. Computer just suddenly decided to scream and fall apart, as usual. So I imagine I lost like the past like 5-10 minutes that I was playing, or how long has it been? 20 minutes. Don't know what happened, but I'm gonna keep an eye on my memory usage, and hopefully the game doesn't, you know, fall apart again. Guess we'll see. So let me see. I might actually have a quick save somewhere, so. Let's see. Yeah, so I had a quick save. So let's see where that puts us, and we'll just play it by ear. Also, I'm not recording, so recording now. Alright.
Got it. Inside voices.
Give me one sec. Keep open task manager so I can see what's going on. Okay. Ooh. Alright.
Here we go! You got him! Gotta hurt.
That guy's in the rocks. Hello. Thank you. I like to pretend I am. Alright, okay, so now that... Seems like the game's running smoother now for some reason. I don't know what was going on, but I'm not getting that memory chewage that I was getting before, so... Alright, guess we'll see what's going on. Give me 1 second. Alright. Anyway. Ugh. Technology is rough tonight for some reason. This is the technical difficulty speedrun. Listen, yes, I'm aware. I'm having a rough time with my computer tonight for some odd reason. That's what it feels like. It feels like somebody zapped me and my whole computer decided to just give up, and I'm not machine compatible. I've never been machine compatible. Why I decided to do streaming is not... It's up in the air. That's the hope. You can't keep a good gamer down. So far though, I'm just having... Looks like it's running smoother and it seems to be all fixed up, so... I don't know what was going on. From now on, I'll have to keep an eye on my, when I boot the game up to see if it's like chewing through memory for no reason before I start streaming. Red. Alright. Peekaboo. Oh, I missed. Wow. This is where I just stop playing and retire. Apparently I had to be like point blank to kill the guy. Alright, well, I hope there's enough of a finger left. Oh, cool, there is. Fun time barrel. Cool. Okay. Let's head around the power plant. We'll go see if we can't find that last outlaw. One of the last baddies. I guess I think I can handle these guys, right? I totally got this.
Here we go.
Maybe not.
That's the last of them.
I survived. That was unexpected.
Here we go. One. Here we go.
Okay. How Parvati can teleport now, apparently.
Let's end this quick. He took one down.
I think I got a crit on that guy because he blew apart when I hit him. So it would seem. Just asexuals can teleport now. I envy that.
That's impressive.
Maybe someday I too can achieve that power. For now, I'm just a beginner. Alright, let me see if I can find what's left of this guy and, you know, pull the scraps off of him. Okay. I'm gonna get over encumbered, aren't I? Yeah, I'm off. Yeah, it was in the patch notes. Cool. All right. So it's a feature, not a bug. A lot of corpses out here. I I fidget, and switching weapons is one of those things that I do sometimes when I'm like fidgety. It's like, oh, I want to just flip between everything.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this lady.
All right. Let's go turn in the fingers. The fingers.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
Something to report?
I'm here to turn in a bounty.
We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly
Guillaume.
processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
All right. What's this? Junior Deputy Constable.
You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
How did so many of your people end up marauders?
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people.
Sounds like marauders have been a problem for a while.
Ever since the company first settled the Vale. Life's good out here, but it ain't easy. Some folk can't keep pace with the demands of frontier life. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy.
Marauders seem to like adrenatime.
Everybody likes Adrenatime. It is the finest medical drug ever developed by Spacer's Choice. Much better than that crap anti-Cleo pedals. Sure, a little too much Adrenatime can bring out the violent animal in you, but if overdosing on Adrenatime turns you into a lunatic, you have only yourself to blame. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of Adrenatime.
There's something else I wanted to ask you.
What's on your mind?
Nah, let's head out. All right.
Wish we had some better rations.
Nothing I can do about that.
I'm gonna save. Now that I think about it. probably a good idea. Okay, that was expensive. Sure, okay. And armor? Alright. You know what? I do machine gun, this, that, that. Okay. So, um, what's this do? Holcomb P. There are currently 3 open trouble tickets. Trouble ticket 65565 by Tobson R. Summary: AG loader serial 0023745. Failure on startup. Open status: priority medium. Steps to reproduce: turn on engine, try it again, kick the loader, curse injured toes. I have to enter a minimum of 8 steps. Try it again. It makes a rattling noise. Maintenance notes. Dang it, Clancy. I just got you back on your feet 2 weeks ago. Not that you got feet, but you know what I mean. Sounds like a stator's off axis again. We'll clean out and reset. Clancy's guts got caught and all pulled out, likely on account of somebody trying to restart him over and again. Need to rewind all the coiling in number 4. Okay, stator's working, but there's something else off. Have to wait until it's quiet and spin him up for a listen. Trouble ticket 65587. Failure of main cannery production line at heat processing. Steps to reproduce. Startup production online according to schedule. S46701A. Observe processing of cans. Follow first batch to heat processing stage. 1 or more loud popping noises. Smoke, smell of burned saltuna. Overheat klaxon on monitor 6. Flames jet from exhaust ports. Automatic set down. Likely as not, Bess got indigestion from being made to eat something she ain't made to. Again, heading over now. So that's what they were arguing about when I walked in. The whole, oh, you know, we're not putting saltuna in there and it's not made to heat other things. Oh, a new one. Ticket 65588 from Miller L. Damned mechanicals. Look northwise. I said look northwise, blasted useless translator. Your scrap pile. Could be northeast from town, I guess. Observe mechanical clanking about all menacing like. See it. It's right there. What do we got? Could increase the sight on this. Oh, that mod's already installed. Could turn it to a plasma rifle. Not sure. I'll think about it. looking at what options I've got for... Oh, increase critical damage. I'll put that on. Haven't been using this. I'm gonna actually swap it to a electrical. I think that'll be fun. All right. Trying to think. Need to go to the getting a lag again. I'm gonna save. Just in case. Alright. Okay, so let's go talk to Thompson. Just because I'm curious if I can... If I can talk to him about this situation, see what he has to say.
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it.
I'll talk to you about something
Go
else. We need to have a word about this plague.
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
How long has this plague been happening?
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
You should have developed an immunity after repeated exposure to a single strain of contagion.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude, and it is one we will see through to the end.
You withhold medicine from your own workers.
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
You let Adelaide's son die.
Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child, but she is not the only one to have felt such suffering. I wish she had stayed with us. Adelaide left us when we needed her most. Go ahead.
Something else. Have you taken a look around your town lately?
It is my job to keep 2 eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
How long have you worked here?
I'm trying to remember, 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. You stop counting altogether. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon. We were a sprawling town. We were booming. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. Spacer's choice will always be here. Our work won't ever end. I take comfort in that.
You're loyal to Spacer's Choice.
This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm, keeps us fed, keeps us working. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude.
Your town is falling to pieces.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
You disagree?
Yes, as a matter of fact. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. I see decent, loyal, hard-working people. I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do.
Let me ask you
Go
something
ahead.
else. What makes you think I can convince those deserters to come back?
That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town.
Sometimes people move on. It's the way of things.
Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. We should not have to move on from it. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on.
You and Adelaide have a personal history?
Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, I knew we were in trouble. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored Saltuna in our heyday. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored and spearmint. Go ahead.
You seem pretty fixed on bringing Adelaide back to town.
Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
Don't you people eat anything other than Saltuna?
Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by, what with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world.
Hang on, so what are you canning here exactly?
Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. Some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate.
Interesting. Very interesting. So, they're eating just mushrooms, which is odd.
Yeah, huh?
Let's see if she had anything to say. All right. All right. So I guess we'll head to the geothermal plant and see what's cracking up there. Nothing good from what I hear. Hold on 1 sec. Okay. like a slug or something. Anyway. Alright, so we've got some mechanicals in here, and they look hostile. So...
Don't mess with us. I've always wanted to poke around in here.
well, today's your lucky day.
You ready, anything?
It's a big shocky fence. Alright. Cool. So... I have breached the perimeter. Recent logs. Security log inaccessible in keeping with Spacer's Choice company policy. All security logs have been terminated in the event of a major emergency catastrophic event or security breach. Attention, scheduled security updates at the Spacer's Choice facility are critically overdue. Your last scheduled security update occurred on error date not found. If you are a member of the Spacer's Choice security detail assigned to this location, please turn in your identification for immediate reprimand. Failure to do so may result in an immediate reprimand. Man, corporate speak is always so redundant. Alright, let's disarm the fences. Yeah, let's leave them on. Why not? Why not, I say. Their freaking jingle is hilarious, but also just so wrong. Let's see. What am I wearing currently? Light. -5 to stealth skills. What are my stealth skills at the moment? I don't really want them knocked down, especially hacking.
You're fast.
I don't like to brag or anything, but I am kind of quick on the draw. There are an awful lot of corpses around here. And a lot of boom boxes. Not, you know, the music kind. Explodey kind. Alright. Well, could head in through the side door, but I think I'll go in through the front door. They won't be expecting that. See? Told you.
The control. Room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Alright, what do we got? Messages. Alright. Spacer's Choice Emerald Vale Development. Oversight to J. Braden. Subject, get it together. Miss Braden, this letter serves as an informal notification of our company's displeasure towards your management at of the Emerald Vale geothermal plant, for reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in the latest quarterly report. Please select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. The Spacer's Choice family would like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right, but a privilege. All right. To the esteemed members of the Emerald Vale Development Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I have identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who were unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I would like to remind the Oversight Committee that while most of the Emerald Vale has failed to meet its production and output quota, particularly on our agriculture and fishing canning departments, neither of which are anywhere close to profitable, Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-effective power to the entire region. Regards, Juno Braden. Give me a sec. Alright. Miss Braden, we have investigated the claims made against the profitability of the Greater Emerald Vale region. Our offices agree with you. Agriculture and fishing canning have experienced a steady decline, while the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable. Our offices are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal plant. Please be informed that the Spacer's Choice Development and Oversight Office has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have developed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The team of specialists has been instructed to refit and upgrade the plant's population of auto mechanicals free of charge. Thank you for cooperation. Yeah, no reason they took out an insurance policy on y'all. None at all. Why would they ever need to? Purge and complete. Alright. 2 files to access. Alright. I had to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to the Mechanical Engineering radio's been sputtering and I needed a reference. I returned the copy to the repair bay. Chaos everywhere. Mechanicals gone haywire. Gunfire. Hearing some screams. Oh, Law, I think that was someone's leg. Would like to leave early for the day. Please deduct delinquency fee from my pay. Thank you. Proud to be a member of Spacer's Choice family. Interesting. Oh, give me 1 sec. My cat wants out. Okay. My cat is very needy. Alright, let's do this thing. Alright, so where are we? What are we doing? We need to divert power, but I haven't decided on who I want to divert it to yet. So let's go down here. Let's explore.
Great work.
Personnel files. Geothermal Security Office, personal logs of S. Tanaka, Chief of Security. Chester Higgins again, that hull head. Found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple of days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, let me just remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. Should be in my lock-away room for the foreseeable future. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up chief of security with no staff, just a small army of mechanicals knocking about, guns pointed every which way. Company tells us they're safe, programmed to treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know. Doesn't sit right with me. But the company's never been wrong before, I suppose. Worse has happened. Mechanical's gone crazy. Locked myself down here. Just might be able to gather my courage. Gonna make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. We'll delete this entry if I ever return. Greetings, Security Chief S. Tanaka. This is an automated message initiated by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocol. Security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during our quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdowns. Fight back against the anxiety with an ice-cold bottle of Zero G Brew. Zero G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Alright. I have opened the door. That didn't go too badly. Alright. It's been powered up. It's Jeremy.
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice.
This is odd. Why aren't you attacking me?
Hostile actions towards spacer's choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with spacer's choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
Let me get this straight. You want to help me destroy other mechanicals?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Confirmation granted. I like the sound of that. Bought a copy. Spacer's Choice Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. It needs something to read down in the pit. Repair log 0012. Corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of all our mechanicals, every sentry and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to the Spacer's Choice mission of being as cheap as possible? Just in case I'm audited, I would like to formally express how grateful I am to be a part of the Spacer's Choice family. Spacer's Choice is the leading brand in affordable sundry across Halcyon. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. Mechanics log 0020. Just finished a routine maintenance on all our mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications to their logic modules. I haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is that these modifications were introduced in our recent refit. Company went through the trouble of refitting every single mechanical in the plant not long ago. Guessing this was the work of those visiting technicians. I filed a report, but my supervisor told me not to worry about it, said the company knew what it was doing. Ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications or logic modules. Decided to do a bit of sleuthing by my own self. Got my hands on a logic module. Time to do a little experimentation. Dang. Alright, Chester's passcode's needed for that.
Go away, Phantom! You're not real. You're not real.
Higgins is still alive. It's good news, I guess.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Here they come! That's the last of them.
shut off the steam valves. Turned on E2. Well, and valve 3 is on and dripping. Cool. Alright. So doors are open all the way around. We need Chester's passcode. So let's go check on... Let's go find him.
Mechanicide protocols currently active. Please do not interrupt.
Save. Just to be safe. All right. Let's break down some stuff. That. Grenade launcher. Revolver. Alright. And then. Okay. Ooh, that's expensive. Um. Okay. Look, I'm not gonna pick that. I can walk around.
No, just leave me alone.
All right. Let's go check in on the guy downstairs.
No, just leave me alone.
You're not real! You're not real! Get away from me, Phantom! Shoot! Scram!
Calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Back away slowly. How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Uh-huh. And what exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon.
What?
I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
This place looks like it's been abandoned for a while. What happened?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
That's horrible. How could this have happened?
You mean, why did the Mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
You mentioned being an engineer?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the Mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with the mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow their behavior of their logic modules. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
I wanted to ask you something.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
What happened to this... Wait. What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Alright. Alright. Up and out. Modify behavior. Select new mode. Alright, select your target. Define intruders. Define intruders to Spacer's Choice auto mechanicals. Turn to route. Alright. Return to Ludwig.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Very true. That's why I'm not going to do it yet. um, okay. It's Spacer's Choice.
I'm ready for this. One. Correct.
Ooh. Tactical shotgun. I'll have to hold on to that and see if it works out for me better than the Spacer's Choice POS I was shooting earlier. That thing got me killed twice.
Got 'em all.
There's a room upstairs I didn't open, so I'll take a look at that.
Nicely done.
All right.
Here they come.
That guy was really involved in his work, looting corpses. Had no idea I was standing there. Hey, that was my mom. Alright. Well, I've got that logic module, so let's go turn that in. I don't know, I'm not going to bother going through Edgewater. I'll go around. Alright, Ludwig.
Bring us honor, soldier.
You mentioned the logic module. I found one in the geothermal plant.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical horde. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Take care. Cool. Alright. So my long guns are doing really well. Tech's doing well. Persuade's doing well. Let's up long guns. Let's just give all my points to long guns. Cool. Trying to get that level 60. Alright, so I need to go to Thomas. I can fast travel, actually. I always forget about that there's a fast travel. I guess it's just that the worlds are not super large, so I don't have to worry about it. But, you know.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
The elusive part 3. Someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Okay. So, both are revering me now. Okay. So I feel like there's a way I can kind of, I don't know, talk this whole situation down, I guess. Sure, it's just me being a slight optimist, but a lot of mock apples.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
Not too worried about my inventory now, so I don't really need to steal too much. I want to talk to the chicken. Let me talk to the chicken. Talk. Well, I tried. I am sad that I report that the chicken wouldn't discuss anything with me. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I feel like I know there's a few options for this. I feel like there's a way out of, like, a way to get the deserters to come back to Edgewater. But I'm not quite sure how to start that chain in motion, so to speak.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
I can always go talk to Tobson again. See if he's got any anything to say to me. I don't feel like there's too much else going on around here.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
What can I do for you? Go ahead.
What do you know about this plague?
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
What are the symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
What you're describing sounds a lot like a flu.
Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol.
Why don't you treat all your workers?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Whose idea was that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about this place.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
Sounds exhausting.
As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work.
Well, that's all for now. Alright.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. We'll get you mostly drunk at half the price. Spacer's choice. Go ahead.
Mostly drunk. I've been asking around. No one seems to know anything about the Hope.
The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like. Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something.
I guess this means you've never heard of anybody from the Hope?
Yeah, I got vague recollections of some folklore about a mysterious colony ship.
It's not folklore. I'm from the Hope.
You feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you go set yourself down in the corner before you get all tangle-footed?
I'm not drunk. I just want to know if anyone else made it off the Hope.
Then pretend you're drunk. Sober folk don't talk the way you are. Not unless they're looking for a trip to Tartarus. The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and falsehoods. You're inviting trouble talking that way, and I don't want a part of it.
You sound scared.
Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. We're done talking about this.
Never mind. Slow?
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again?
Edgewater.
Edgewater, jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive.
I think you've had a little too much to drink.
Oh, it's fine. I'm only on my 3rd bottle. I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. Company lets me imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet?
You were injured?
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on zero-G brew. After the 2nd bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
You sound like you need a surgeon.
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
I'll leave you be. It's just like, it's somewhat depressing, like the world, right?
Spacer's Choice, the brand of choice for spacers on a budget. Go right ahead.
Anyone I should watch out for?
Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here.
Thanks. Anyone else?
Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kemp. I advise against stepping foot in her drinking establishment altogether. Word is, they're gonna replace her with an auto-mechanical barkeep. She's... what's the word? Obsolete. You don't want to associate yourself with that kind of person.
There's a Twilight Zone episode like that. What's your take on this place?
What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
I'm glad you're so optimistic.
I have every reason to be. I caught a real break working in a place like this. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed?
Actually, there was.
Go right ahead.
Nah. Alright.
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.